Hello, everybody. Good afternoon from Japan. This is the B.LEAGUE and the battle from the Eastern Conference, Koshigaya ALPHAS, and the Western Conference, Shimane, SUSANOO, Magic. Been a rough start, perhaps not unexpectedly for Koshigaya. They have lost their first 4 games since winning promotion last season. Of course, they lost in the B2 finals to the Shiga Lake Stars 2-0, but the big prize was getting back into the B-League. But you got to be careful what you hope for, what you wish for, because when you step up a notch, the competition gets a little bit harder, and it is a rough ride for this team so far. You can see in 8th place in the East, down at the bottom. Meanwhile, Shimane flying high in the West with 4 wins in as many games. So Shimane just one of 3 teams so far that has begun the season with 4 wins in as many games. So these are the results for Koshigaya. Of course, they have played very good teams, Alvark Tokyo and Ryukyu Golden Kings. So if it's been a rude introduction, again, perhaps it hasn't been a huge surprise considering the level of competition that they're going up against. And you know what they say, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, or at least it can make you stronger. So this Koshigaya team with their terrific international center from the Philippines, Kai Soto, will be looking to shift into a higher gear soon. But it'll be difficult against Shimane because you look at that, you can see what they've been able to achieve. Of course, they've had the home comforts, rolling to big wins. They are in fine fettle under coach Paul Henare, and their signings look like the real deal. Of course, they've already had Seiya Ando, Nick Kay, but bringing in James Michael McAdoo, Luke Evans, and of course, Cody Clark has been really big for them. Those guys all playing well and really up and down the lineup for Paul Henare. He has to be happy. So it's Clark, Ando, Kay, Kitagawa, Suyama, McAdoo, Shirahama, Wiley, Nomi, Hariyama, Taniguchi. And you might remember last season when they had Perry and Buford, they seemed to have a short rotation, but ultimately with injuries and the like, forced to play a lot of guys that perhaps would not have gotten as many minutes. But it's going to be Ando, Kay, Suyama, McAdoo, and Evans that'll be starting in this game, which means really that Cody Clark is one of the ultimate weapons coming off the bench for Paul Henare, the former New Zealand national team coach and New Zealand national team player. But those playing days are long gone for him, and now he is thriving in Japan. And remember, they didn't make the playoffs last season, so it was a disappointment for them. It was a time to rethink, retool. What direction are we going in? What does the makeup of our team have to be? And again, the early signs are very good for Shimane. So for Koshigaya, it's going to be Hashimoto, Shike, Gibbs, LJ Peak. He needs to pick it up a bit. Matsuyama, Soares, the Brazil international, Kai Soto from the Philippines, Matsumoto, Hoshikawa, Kitagawa, Sasakura, Enokita, and Inoue, the man that number 75 will come in and give good minutes off the bench down low. But there was definitely a talent gap when you compared Koshigaya against Alvark and Ryukyu Golden Kings. But what we have seen so far from Kai Soto is at 22 years of age, the 2.2 meter center is really gifted. And I think he's actually taken his game up a notch. The key for him, strength, I think, and conditioning, and being able to compete for as many minutes as possible against a lot of these centers. Many of them come from overseas. You look at McAdoo, that'll be a man that one of the guys he goes up against, the 31-year-old, went to the University of North Carolina, played some NBA balls, been in Europe, and really seemed to be a nice fit for the Shimane team in the early going. So part of the thing about the B League, one of the reasons why it's so popular, the pregame show, the postgame show, the in-game show, it's not just about the basketball, it's about everything else. And Koshigaya, welcome back again to the B1 League, because this is where you want to be. The B2 is fantastic as well, but obviously getting back into the B League, a lot of excitement. The fans, they're going to have to be patient. You know, there are going to be some rough times. And I suppose if you talk to anybody about this season, the main hope for the Alphas is to maintain that top flight status. And how do you do that? Well, you get wins, and you got to win at home. And you need to have a good start. You need to make sure that you play your game and you execute, and you don't allow the opponent to dictate how things are going to go. And I feel like against Ryukyu Golden Kings, Koshigaya just did not play as well as they could have early on. Hashimoto, again, Shike, Gibbs, LJ Peak, Matsuyama, Soares, Soto, Matsumoto, Hoshikawa, Kitagawa, Sashikura, Inokita, and Inoue. The roster, there's LJ Peak. He was a part of that team last year that won promotion, but he needs to pick it up. He didn't play well against Ryukyu Golden Kings. So there's Hoshikawa. And how about this young man? He's got some promise, doesn't he? So Coach Anzai shaking things up a little bit with the starting lineup. Hashimoto, Gibbs, Matsuyama, Soares, and Kai Soto. So Gibbs, the ageless one, 44 years young, who did play well last weekend, is going to start the game. And as is Hashimoto, another veteran. And perhaps the message there, or the thinking is, let's be smart, let's be intelligent at the start of the game. Let's go with some of our veteran guys. Don't make some of the mistakes that we were making early, and then we'll bring a lot of talent, some more talent off the bench. So Coach Anzai, who's been there, done it as a player, and clearly one of the best coaches in the business. And I don't think there could be a better coach at the helm of a team that's trying to protect its top flight status. Tatsui Nagoshi, Takashi Hirai, and Satoshi Haga are going to be the referees for this game. So let's have another look again at the starting fives for these teams. For Koshigaya Alphas, it's going to be Hashimoto, wears number 0, Gibbs, number 4, Matsuyama, number 7, Soares, the Brazil international, number 10, and the Gilas man, the Filipino international, Kai Soto, number 11. And for Shimane, it's going to be Seiya Ando, number 3, Nikkei, 4, Suyama, 13, McAdoo, number 14, and Luke Evans, number 33. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Wing Hot Kasakabi. This is the B.LEAGUE and the battle between Koshigaya ALPHAS and the Shimane SUSANOO Magic. And the Magic winning the opening tip here, wearing the white and attacking the basket to the right on your screen. Remember, this Shimane team has begun the season in great form, and James Michael McAdoo comes out and opens his account and his team's account with that nice little turnaround jump shot. They've won 4 consecutive games. It's not how you start, but how you finish. But how about that? I love that. Suarez, who seemed almost reluctant to get it going against Ryukyu Golden Kings, and he comes out and takes that early shot and asserts himself right at the beginning of the game, and that is badly needed. But James Michael McAdoo, goodness me. Great start for the 31-year-old. He was a member, didn't play much, but a member of the Golden State team, one of the Golden State teams that won the NBA title. And really speaks to the quality of player that you get in Japan. Some high-profile players. And an offensive foul, moving screen on Luke Evans, the Japan international. Nice bounce pass, and how about that? The long gives to Kai Soto. And a player that has the skill set of Kai Soto, if you're Shimane and you allow him to get that close to the basket, you're going to pay the price. They're going to get it to him every time. But how about the answer from Tsuyama? And perhaps more concerning for Koshigaya is they've got to be better defensively. If you're Matsuyama, you can't allow Tsuyama to get into the lane that easily and to score a layup. You got to move your feet, get in front of him. I don't know if he was expecting some help. So here's Hashimoto. Again, I think some of the inexperience really was telling in their early games. So some of the veterans have come into the game. Soto puts up the short jumper that stays out. Nice cut to the basket by Tsuyama. McAdoo trying to get him to bounce pass. Well, Paul Hanari, in my opinion, is a fantastic coach. And I remember when he was coaching New Zealand, they played that typical Tall Blacks style where, really passing the ball in and out on the perimeter, a lot of jump shooters. Oh, look at that. McAdoo has just quite possibly had one of the best starts he's ever had in the B-League. He's got 6 points, and he's going to the line for a three-point play, and that's a little unfortunate for Suarez. I'm not sure how much wrong he was there. Looked like it was McAdoo that was kind of initiating the contact, but he'll take it. He goes to the line 9-5. But I remember Paul Hanari just was able to adapt to his personnel. Defensively, they were going to struggle at the World Cup in 2019, and they just decided to go all out offense and became that tournament's leading, highest scoring team. Ultimately, they didn't win or go deep into the tournament, but sometimes you're just not going to do that. There's Gibbs driving in, and ball batted out. That's going to be goal interference. but at least he's able to think outside the box and come up with some different ways to play. And if you were to lose Perrin Buford like this Shimane team did, your first thought might be, well, we're going to have some struggles this season. He was such a big part of especially our offense last season. But Hanari has retooled. The club has done a great job of getting some good quality players in. Evans, Cody Clark. I mean, it's James Michael McAdoo who's had the great start today. So looks like they're going to be just fine. Here's Koshigaya. Suarez to Gibbs. We'll turn around, some weak D from Evans, but just so let Gibbs take that shot. Ando has his opponent on his back. Now James Michael McAdoo has it. Here's Suyama, who's had a good start to the game. Now Kay reaches out and fouls Matsuyama with his right hand, reaching out with his right arm. Watch this. He catches. Oh, yeah. That's a good call. So Cody Clark in the game, and that means trouble for Koshigaya. Maybe the best thing to do is deny him the ball. LJ Peak also now in the game for the Alphas. Nice spin in the lane. That is some quality stuff right there, and that is a mismatch. I'm not sure Luke Evans can hang with Soto. Oh, boy. Oh, great rim protection. Almost. And that's an opportunity that goes begging for Koshigaya. They get the great block from Soto. And because he's got such great size, when he raises his hands up, I mean, he is a wall. It is tough to shoot over him, and sure enough, he got the block. So he used his size to good effect there. The question is, what happens when he comes out? So Nomi checks into the game. Also, Shike comes in. Offensive foul, another one. Luke Evans trying to set a screen, a pick, and he's moving. I think Shike helped sell it by going down. So again, another chance for the Alphas to take the lead. Now, if I'm LJ Peak, I want my first bucket to be attacking the basket. Here's Gibbs, ball knocked out of his hands by Cody Clark. Well, how good of a start has it been to the season for Cody Clark? He comes in averaging 17.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game. Oh, this is interesting. We didn't, the game that I called last weekend with Hariyama, he did not get into the game, but the early fouls picked up by Luke Evans leads to the introduction of Hariyama, who is a good jump shooter, so you got to keep an eye on him if you're Koshigaya. But defensively, may not be as strong. Here's Gibbs driving in. It is utterly remarkable that at 44 years of age, Gibbs is still out here, not just playing meaningful minutes, but playing hugely important minutes for Koshigaya. So that bucket leads to a timeout for Shimane SUSANOO Magic. Paul Hanari is going to change things up. And if you're Coach Anzai, you need to anticipate what those changes might be. Well, so far it's been the Jeff Gibbs show. Suarez, though, very importantly came out and did not hesitate, took the jump shot, made it. And Gibbs has not just been scoring, but he's been getting it to Kai Soto. Soto with 4 points. He also has the block. Jeff Gibbs has 4 points. Teams will also play tomorrow, tipping it off at the same time through 5 local time. And good defense, and you like the feistiness being shown by the young man, Hoshikawa. That's just really sloppy ball handling by Shimane's number 21, Nomi. Yuto Nomi. I don't know what he expects. He's casually dribbling in front of the defender. Of course he's going to reach in and knock it away. Hariyama trying to pick it up defensively. Here is number 18. Well, he just made the nice play defensively, did Hoshikawa, and he comes out and buries a three-pointer. How good is that? So far, so good for Koshigaya. The Alphas, they needed a good start. They've got a good start. They're up 4 points. Hariyama for the three. That's long. And long rebound eludes the ball out of reach for Soto. So they'll keep it at this end, and that's the other department where the Alphas have to be good. They have to limit those opportunities. You could not have asked for more from Jeff Gibbs. And I mean, 44 years of age and playing as well as he did. Of course, he has to sustain that throughout the game, and the intensity will grow. Here's the lob. Good defense. Soto brings it up, hands it off to the guard, and Hariyama commits the foul. That's a great block from behind by LJ Peak. Nick Kay, the Australian international, just played at his second Olympics back in the game. Now the lob to Soto, backs and soft touch, but this time unsuccessful. Nobody there for the rebound except white shirts. Cody Clark for three. And Soto fouled. Or maybe it was just Nomi knocking it out of his hands. So he did indeed foul him. Kaisoto at the line. You don't have to play perfect basketball to win a game like this, but you need to be shooting free throws, I would think, at least in the 70s, 70% range, 75% range, and Soto misses both, so that's a missed opportunity. So the reach and the foul on Hoshikawa. No, in fact, it was away from the ball. It was on Shike. Inoue comes into the game, and that's a mistake. Hariyama sneaks in there, gets a layup. You can't give that away on an inbounds pass. So confusion in the ranks, and just a little bit of a momentum shift here with the 2 missed free throws, and then the easy bucket. This becomes an important possession. Oh, that is nice. Good job, LJP. Excellent work, Peak. The bounce pass to Suarez. Ando gets the bump by Suarez, and that'll be 2 free throws. Unless they've called it on Hoshikawa. Okay, so they have. They've called it on Hoshikawa, not Suarez. But I think it's a 2. They're going to look and see if his feet were behind the line, but I'm pretty sure he was over. Let's have a look. Yeah, his foot was on the line, his left foot, so that'll be 2 free throws. Two free throws. Indeed. Well, you got the video to help you make that call. You might as well use it. Referees have so much to keep an eye on. Even with 3 referees, sometimes you need to look at the video replay just to make sure that indeed it's 2 free throws and not 3. So Ando cashes in, makes both free throws. Back to the 2-point game. Hoshikawa has it. Drives in. Oh, that's beautiful. Just good, smart, intelligent basketball. But they're going to give it to me. Shimane's defense, I would not say it's the most active defense right now. So give credit to Koshigaya. Feels like the Magic are kind of going through the motions here at the start of the game. Remember, they've won all 4 of their games. Here's Ando trying to pick things up. Inoue with the rebound. Quick outlet pass up to Hoshikawa. Now the dump down low to Inoue. Spins, nice footwork from the big fella, but he misses. He shoots it over the rim. K open for 3 from the wing. Hariyama hustles and not able to control the rebound. It goes back over to the Alphas. Hashimoto comes back into the game. Inokita also entering the game for the first time, number 36. Kitagawa comes in, and Siyama also returns to the floor for Shimane. The Alphas leading by 4. Getting valuable minutes of rest for Kai Soto. Here's LJ Peak. He's been patient. Now he's going to launch it. Cody Clark drifts in, hands it off to K, fumbles it, and gets it back and puts it up and in. In fact, that was Evans, not K. And Koshigaya calls the timeout. Well, the effort is there from LJ. I'm just not 100% sure early in the shot clock if that's the shot they needed on their previous possession. And I think that's where they have to be a lot more disciplined. Koshigaya, work for the good shots. Don't just settle for the jumpers. Early, especially in the shot clock. Koshigaya will be at Akita, the Happy Nets, next week. It remains to be seen if they'll still be searching for their first win, or maybe they'll have a couple of wins by then. Shimane, meanwhile, will be back home against Ryuka Golden Kings, so that is going to be a tasty one. A little bit of pressure as they bring the ball up the floor, but they fall back now. And that is a break, almost a turnover, as Inokita got into the lane and threw it right back into the middle of the paint. The hands were up, the deflection was there, and still the Alphas got the ball and scored. Now can they get a stop and go down and try to build on this lead? Cody Clark. 3-point shot, no good, but Cody Clark there for the offensive rebound. He misses, but again, he gets it back. And that just can't happen. And Nikita dumps it to Suarez. Nice spin, nice turn, nice bucket. And that's the end of the quarter, and Kitagawa was struggling to get it up the floor. All things considered, Koshigaya will be happy to be in the lead, up 22-18 over the undefeated Shimane SUSANOO Magic. Alphas fans excited, and they should be. Their team leads by 4 points here at the start of the game against Shimane SUSANOO Magic, but you better expect the intensity to go up a notch here from this Shimane team. I think it will go up, and you've got to match it. James Michael McAdoo off to a great start, 7 points. Kai Soto has 4 points. That was a big three-pointer from Hoshikawa coming off the bench. Second quarter action is underway. Siyama hands it off to Kay, or Evans rather, gets it back. Kay goes into the lane. Here's Siyama. Pump fake. That's Siyama with the foul. Look at the pump fake. Right here. Bam. A little cheap, really. I mean, he was definitely looking to go down. Matsuyama picks up his second foul, but fundamentally sound with the pump fake, and that's often what happens. Shike comes back into the game. Matsuyama with the 2 fouls has to go out, and Siyama now at the free throw line and gets the shooter's roll. This passionate Koshigaya fan section, all wearing blue, all excited. Excuse me, the Shimane wearing the blue, and the passionate Koshigaya section wearing the maroon. The Shimane fans, they always wear the team colors. Very supportive. Here's Gibbs back in the game. Ooh. Shike was tempted, but I think he did the right thing by holding up on it. Run a play. Now that's much better. Catch and shoot. And Kai Soto gets the rebound, but then misses everything. It was too good to pass up. Good defense. Oh, looked like it was up and down almost. I think the ball must have left his hands, otherwise they would have called a travel. Here's Cody Clark. Good hand, Soto. They got to go quickly. Luke Evans lets it fly from 3, and that was long, and another long rebound. And Cody Clark is just collecting the rebounds one right after the other right now. And this is where the Alphas are going to regret it if they don't get a rebound, and finally they do. Can't give a team like Shimane that many opportunities. Soto. The help is there. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does. Suarez spins, turns, and it's a good look. Anzai did not look happy about something. There's Cody Clark for 3. He was also trying to get the foul called. Went down, but referees did not buy it. And now the turnover. And Shike, that is where you start to unravel. Good play by Shimane, but again, if you're the Alphas and you're the point guard, you can't turn it over. Not that cheaply. You can turn it over if you're trying to make a pass, driving to the bucket, but you can't turn it over that cheaply. Not at midcourt. You're just going to lead to an easy 2 points. So Siyama gratefully receives it, goes down, and all of a sudden we've got a new game. Turnovers are costly. Giving away offensive rebounds, that's going to be costly. Well, Anzai understands. I mean, it's going to be a difficult one. But you got to play smart. Shike goes out after the turnovers, and he brings more experience in at guard. You can't make it easy. You can't help Shimane. They don't need any help. You got to play smart. You got to make good decisions. Torres goes to work. That dump down low, and the ball did not hit the rim. And Shimane look like they're doing a good job of keeping Soto away from the basket. They did give away that early one, but since then they've kind of tightened things up in the paint. There's LJ Peak, and this is probably going to be an attempt to break down the defense, and it's back to the drawing board. See if he can get some penetration, but now they got to get some stops, and that means get some defensive rebounds as well. Cody Clark drifts in, steps back, puts it up, and he is fouled this time, and they do give him the free throws. So Cody Clark sticks with it, takes it up to a 4-point lead, and LJ Peak trying to stick with him, and yeah, he definitely got him as he released it. Clark does not make the free throws, so that's a break for Koshigaya. They're in a little bit of a drought right now. They need to run a play. 3-point look. Gibbs, terrific rebounding. Jeff Gibbs. He gives away height, inches, but it doesn't mean that he's not going to get in there and battle for the rebound. I like how he went up for two hands. That's LJ Peak, and that time he just kind of bulled his way in there and laid it up and in. Much better. Get that part of your game going first before you start putting up the jump shots. Now Clark. Oh, fumbles it. Fades again. And again, the defense a little too tight. LJ Peak puts Clark on the line where he just missed a free throw. That's calling it a little too tight for me. I didn't see any foul there. I don't think LJ Peak saw any foul. Suarez comes back into the game. Shimane fans very excited about their start to the season. Nice, that's much better. Hoshikawa driving in, unmolested, uncontested. Clark. My goodness. I think he was surprised by how good of a shot he ended up with. Oh, nice break. Oh, my! How about the young man? Hoshikawa. Changed hands with the basketball, scored with his left. And suddenly it's a 1-point game. Evans. Okay. That miss. That miss from Nomi allows the Alphas a chance to go back in front. And the foul, the bump from Luke Evans. And they're going to call that because they just called it at the other end on LJ Peak. So they're calling, ooh. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a foul on either end of the court. I don't think there was one on LJ, and I don't think that was a foul either, but they've called it. So Evans has to go out. Picks up his third foul. And that means Hariyama is going to come back in. So Kai Soto with 4 points. He's struggled at the free throw line today. Finally, gets a free throw to go. He had missed his first two. He ties it. And suddenly, it's the young man, Koshigaya, that has kind of brought his team back. He's got 9 points. Soto misses the second. Ooh. And maybe a break for Koshigaya. They're going to keep it. Kai Soto, I don't know what his issue is at the free throw line, but he's just 1 of 4. But fortunately for him, Jeff Gibbs is on the court and gives his team another chance. Here's the man that's been hot. Koshigaya gets it down low, and they were ready. They were forcing it. Seiya Ando with the game knotted. Suyama drifts in, bounce pass. And good work knocking it off the rim. James Michael McAdoo thought he had a layup. That's why you want to dunk it. Defense able to go up there and knock it off the rim. So another timeout. So Evans has 3 fouls for Shimane. He's the only one with foul trouble. Matsuyama and LJ Peak each have 2 fouls for the Alphas. Okay, very big 4:41 here in the game. 4:41 remaining in the first half. And good defense. Kai Soto getting the deflection, knocking it away. Now Gibbs avoids Hariyama. Look at him handle it. And then he gets it inside. Oh, Kai Soto needs to come down with the basketball and go up. He's really struggling in this game, Kai Soto. Making it a little bit harder than it needs to be. But fortunately, his teammates are coming out and playing well. Here is Nick Kay, though. And Kay, the boomer, booms one in from the wing. Oh boy, another bad turnover right at midcourt. You got to be smarter. Oh, that's just an awful turnover by Shike, who, if he's going to earn a living as a point guard or as a guard in this league, he simply cannot turn the basketball over like that. Matsuyama back in the game. No, excuse me, that was Matsumoto who turned it over. So he can't turn it over. I was thinking it was Shike. Here's Matsumoto, see if he can make amends. He goes off the front of the iron. And the follow. And I think Soto's going to get the bucket. I think it was going to go in anyway, but interesting to see who they give this bucket to. Yeah, so apologies to Shike. It was Matsuyama who turned it over. Now he tries to make amends. He needs to make this. He's wide open. And then you get the follow. And Hariyama is holding his left knee. That doesn't feel good, right at the fibia. Look at this. Oh no, he's holding his chest. But then it looked like he was holding his knee. So they're going to see if there's an unsportsmanlike. Looked like he was holding the patella tendon. Or maybe the tibia. But then when you looked at the replay initially, it looked like he was holding his chest. Sternum, maybe? Certainly no doctor. Okay, so it happened with Kai Soto, and it was definitely in the chest area. Well, I don't doubt that he's feeling it. It was just kind of odd that he also went down to hold his knee. No, unsportsmanlike. You can't call that unsportsmanlike if you're not sure. And I think one of the issues with a big like Soto is he's tall, and sometimes his elbows will get some opponents. Sometimes in the head area, sometimes, you know, it's kind of comes with the territory. I know that when I've guarded taller opponents, it feels like you're the recipient of more elbows than not when you're guarding the shorter guys. Okay, so the possession awarded and a layup, and good job by Ando, who has been relatively quiet in this game, and I'm sure that Koshigaya would like for him to remain quiet. Here's Siyama with the foul. Koshikawa's played well. Well, I don't know what Hanari's complaining about, unless he thinks there's a foul on the other team, or maybe they turned it over. LJP, oh, that was an awkward looking step at the end, but he gets the layup. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Oh, Ando leaning in and getting the foul called. Watch Ando. He is definitely going to initiate the contact here to make sure he get. Ooh. I just don't like that call at all. I think it's a terrible call. I don't know what he's looking at, the referee. Koshigaya is standing straight up. He's not reaching in, and the contact is coming from Ando. Yet Ando gets to the free throw line. But as long as you call it the same way on both ends of the court, I guess that's acceptable, but Magic fans watching one of their favorite players, Ando, makes both free throws. Matsuyama. Here's Peak. Oh, nice spin by Peak. But where is he throwing it? Worrying signs here for the Alphas. Oh, that was a bump. Now that to me was a foul that wasn't called on Koshigaya. That was a bump. So, watch this right here. Okay, maybe not. Well, Ando was wanting the foul. I thought it was in live action, but he got the benefit of the other one, so he didn't get that one. 38-33, Shimane on top. Matsuyama, great job. Ooh, gets it out to Peak for three. How about that? It looked like they missed their opportunity when Matsuyama fell down. Now, the only thing I wonder about that, he stood up after he was on the ground. Might that have been a travel? Watch this again, right here. No, I guess not, because he started to get up when he didn't have his hands on the ball, and I guess that's why they didn't call that a travel. And then Peak lets it fly from three-point range. So that came out pretty well for Koshigaya with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half. They are down by just 2 points. Ando from deep knocks it down. That's always the concern if you're playing this Magic team. When Ando starts to look for his shot, he can change the game in a flash. And then Kai Soto, boy, how many times are the Alphas going to turn the basketball over at midcourt? That is just gifting the other team victory. 3 times in this game, they have had the cheapest of turnovers. Matsuyama drifts in, puts it up, gets it to go. Back to a 5-point deficit. Cody Clark back to Ando. Cody Clark, Suarez. Well, Soto rather goes out, and Soto trying to dribble rather than just pick up the ball, and the baseline jumper is good. These are just little things that Kai Soto can do. Just pick it up. So we foul it on the perimeter by Wiley. It feels like Kai Soto played pretty well last week. I was pretty impressed, but it feels like today anyway, he's having a tough game. He's kind of taking a step back. And they need him to be their dominant player, and he needs to make good decisions, which, you know, sometimes can be hard for a young man. You know, he's still learning the game. So he's going to sit down for the rest of the half. Here's LJ Peak. Wiley with the foul. Looked like Cody Clark kind of pushed his teammate into Peak. Leads to 2 free throws. If you're Koshigaya, you can't go to halftime trailing by more than 7 points. It would just be a bad, bad blow for having been so competitive. He makes both, has Peak. Shimane's biggest lead in this game has been 7. So they've cut it to 5. If you get a stop here, if you're the Alphas, you can go down and score, maybe close the gap to 2 or 3. Oh, what a drive and great defense. I mean, not much more you could do if you're Hashimoto there. Excellent work by the veteran. Ando was searching for his shot, and he came up empty. LJ Peak drives in, strong move. Boy, LJ is just such a better player when he is putting the ball on the deck and going to the basket. Now, we did see him hit the 1-3, but when he makes those intelligent drives, he's a big, strong, powerful man. There's not going to be anybody that's going to stop him. At halftime, Shimane leading at 45-42 over Koshigaya Alphas. 45-42, Shimane SUSANOO Magic on top of Koshigaya ALPHAS in a battle of the 4-0 Shimane against the 0-4 Koshigaya. And here is some of what we watched in the first half. James Michael McAdoo getting in and a little turnaround jump shot to start things off. And he had a great start to the game, 7 points. Suarez, importantly, answered with a three-pointer, that opening bucket. And it's amazing what one shot can do for a team, but I think it really helped them. This is really the brightest moment of the game for Kai Soto. It was put on a platter by Gibbs. And Gibbs was just terrific in the first quarter especially. Hoshikawa was really good. You know, here's a player that hopefully for the ALPHAS that he continues to take strides. But this is a problem here. You cannot be guarding an inbounds pass and give away a layup. That is just a big no-no. That was the best of LJ Peak right here. Driving, looking to make the bounce pass. And then this was a good approach by Luke Evans. Did not catch it cleanly, but stuck with it. Suarez, who was quiet early on last week in the first half, didn't really come to life for his team until it was too late. And that was Gibbs trying to get the hand in the face. It's such a difficult job against a big three-point shooter to get the hand up in the face without fouling. Siyama has been a bright spark this season. Clark, again, making the shot, and that time it was LJ Peak who, again, just get the hand in the face, but don't let your momentum carry you into the shooter. That was a fantastic play by Hoshikawa. Just very impressed by him in his first half. This is a player where the conditions are right for him to make a real impact in this team, and he's taking advantage of it today. Nick Kay, just a solid all-around player, hitting the shot from the wing. And Ando, who was quiet for most of the first half, kind of came to life. And Matsuyama did a good job of not traveling there and getting LJ Peak the open three. But this is the worst of the worst. Whether it's Kai Soto, whether it's a guard, a forward, whoever, you cannot turn the basketball over in that way on that spot on the court. LJ Peak playing so much better than he did last week. And it all adds up to the ALPHAS being in this at halftime, only down 45-42. And they've done it without Kai Soto playing anywhere near his best. You know, he's got 7 points and 3 rebounds, but they are -7, I think, when he's on the court. Suarez are -14. It's the other guys like Hoshikawa that have been terrific and have really carried this team, and LJ Peak as well. They're +7 when he's out there. He's got 11 points, 2 rebounds. But again, as you look at those numbers, LJ Peak with the 11, Clark with the 11, so those are the leading scorers. Gibbs has been terrific. You know, look at that, 4 assists by the 44-year-old power forward / undersized center. Suarez, he's listed as a center, but really he's more of a 4, in my opinion. And then Hoshikawa and Ando. Hoshikawa's been really good and a player that you have to keep your eye on. 9 points. Can he carry this? Can he continue to play this well for the rest of this game? Can he continue to play this way for the rest of this season? And again, okay, you're playing with a team that is going to be battling to stay in the B-League, to preserve your status. But it's a great opportunity for him to do so. So just 20 minutes remaining and a big opportunity. McAdoo again had the 7 points, but it's a big, you feel like it's a big opportunity for the Alphas. But without a doubt, Shimane are going to step up in the second half. And for me, what I'm looking for is, if I'm Coach Anzai and I'm Soto, figuring out a way for Kai Soto to be the most impactful player at some point in the second half, to allow this Alphas team to get a little bit of distance between themselves. Can he catch the ball down low? Shimane know that they want to get Soto involved, and they're not giving him any space. Here's LJP. He doesn't want to settle, and he drives in, and that's perfect basketball. McAdoo going down, looking like he wanted to draw the charge, but LJ is just playing terrific. 13 points today. Night and day compared to last week. Here's the bounce pass, gets away. Here's the opportunity. Matsuyama on the break. Soto gives it back to Matsuyama, and that is, now that was an amazing play by Kai Soto. Followed up his own miss with the putback. That is what they need, and the Alphas have taken the lead. That was an awkward break because of the way that Shimane got back to play defense, but great work by Kai Soto. Here's the jump shot, and that is what you're going to allow them to do. You'd rather have him shooting that. Suarez back to Soto. Smart gives it up to Suarez. Turns, little turnaround. But Soto not fighting for position. That's an easy rebound for McAdoo. Nick Kay, shot clock down to 5, open and misses. And a foul from behind on Suarez. Wow. Watch Suarez here. The push. Yep. Referee's right on it. That was the right call. Great defense. What are you doing, Shimane? We saw him get a layup in the first half, and here they don't even get the ball in bounds. And I think if you're Shimane in this game, you want to step on the throat of this Alphas team right at the beginning. Don't give them any hope of winning their first game today. But they haven't done that. Wide open Soto. You know what? If he's going to be that wide open, Shimane is saying you're going to have to beat us with this three-pointer, and Soto can hit it, and the lead goes to 4. So very poor start by Shimane here to start the second half. For the reasons I just mentioned, they have given this Alphas team reason to believe they can get the win. Soto with the rebound. And now if you're the Alphas, you've got a real opportunity. Play smart. Good execution. If you're LJ Peak, continue to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket. And yeah, that's the hand checking foul. 2 fouls on Siyama. Nice bounce pass, Suarez. Boy, I can't understand how he's missing it that badly. That was Hashimoto that gave him the bounce pass. Here is Suyama. McAdoo. Boy, he's been money in the bank with his mid-range jump shot today. He's got 9 points. Great work by James Michael McAdoo. Soto's feeling it now. Great start to the second half for Kai Soto. We saw him score on the break when he followed up his miss after a very difficult catch. We saw him hit the three-pointer, and now we've seen him score again. So Kai Soto really coming to life. Oh, boy, that's a foul you don't want to give away. But McAdoo has been making that mid-range shot. And I guess on the plus side for Kai Soto, it gives him a chance to catch his breath. Here he is, James Michael McAdoo, and making shots from the floor, yes, but missing his first free throw. He had been 1 for 1, so now he's 1 for 2. Paul Henare, I would think, has to be a little disappointed the way his team has started in this third quarter. Wow. And Soto goes for the rebound, knocks it over to Matsuyama. A 9-2 start for Koshigaya. How do you explain it? If that's on Evans, that's number 4. That's on McAdoo. So it's on McAdoo. He goes out. Cody Clark comes in. Well, let's see if the arrival of Cody Clark changes the fortunes of the Magic. Henare had to do something because it was just heading in the wrong direction. Suarez gets inside. Boy, how does Suarez miss that easy one? Suarez is upset with himself there. He's a pro. He's got to make that shot. He's one of the big players in this team. Now you run the risk of Cody Clark taking a jumper and making it. Here he is. Yep, exactly it. It's a momentum shift. 4-point swing off the Suarez miss. Very important possession right now for the Alphas. LJ, don't settle. He wants to drive. Nope, he's going to put it up for 3. I think the Alphas need a timeout. Here's Clark. They get a wide open look, and Ando knocks it down. Back to a lead for Shimane. And I definitely think Anzai needs a timeout, because what is it that you want on offense? The defense is picking up. LJ just kind of lost it. He was trying to make his move. And this is how quickly things can change for a team like Koshigaya. It's unfortunate for them because they've been able to race back into the lead. But some mistakes, what I would think would be a easy miss by Suarez, and now a turnover. And now you're back on now you're on the back foot again. And Shike comes in, who's been a little shaky, but so is Hoshikawa. Let's see if he can spark the team. Cody Clark sizes up his options. Oh, nice handles from number 1. Uh-oh, crossover. They not able to box out Nick K, rather. Wide open Clark, you're asking for trouble. They're fortunate that he misses that. Ooh, LJ picks it up. That was a dangerous pass. Look at him go. What a finish from LJ. He is 100% more dangerous driving to the basket. I like that call because, yeah, that's a clear foul. Clear foul. And that's where Hanari's wrong. I mean, great coach Hanari, but don't complain when Nick K lowers his arms and commits the foul. It's a foul. The referee's job is hard enough. Here is LJ. Misses the free throws. 53-52. And great D, knocking it away, LJ. And again, he drives in, and he gets fouled again. You may as well just back off when he's driving at you. You're not going to stop him. You're only going to pick up a foul. And Nomi and LJ peak. It was Hoshikawa putting the pressure on the perimeter. That was a very poor pass. Very poor pass by Shimane, and just like that, Nomi has to do better. Just like that, it's LJP grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. Timeout. Well, I think if Hanari's complaining about the fouls driving to the basket, I just think it's a losing argument. I don't agree. Now this foul, to me, wasn't as obvious as the previous foul, but K definitely lowered his arms and committed the foul. But oftentimes you see a player, especially like LJ Peak, when he's driving to the basket, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt and have that foul called. And here's a cheap touch foul that goes the other way. So this is Hoshikawa. Look at this. So it kind of swings and roundabouts. I mean, they're going to even out over the course of the game. And in some respects, this is a worse development for Koshigaya because they cannot afford not to have Hoshikawa the way that he's been playing. So he has to go out of the game, and this means Inukita now has to really step up. He has to bring the D against Hoshikawa, or against Hariyama. Missing. They stick with it, and Soto with the rebound. Inukita has to play well defensively against Tsuyama is what I meant to say. Hariyama trying to bring the D on Gibbs. Here's LJ. Oh, look at that. We're talking about night and day. Kai Soto is a completely different player in this third quarter. We knew that he had to have some big moments, and this is it. And now an offensive foul. Hooking. A foul on Seiya Ando. See if we can get a look at that. Watch this. Off. Yep. So he was, and that's just unnecessary by Ando. I mean, he's a long way from the ball. He's going up against Shika. Here's LJ, and again, trying to lob it. Now a chance to go quickly the other way. Ando has it. Inokita, and this is, again, illustrates how these things are called. Look at this. So they're calling it at both ends of the court. So there's really no need to lose your rag when they call the foul on your man at the other end. Because we've seen Ando, we've seen Cody Clark initiating the contact and getting the foul called on the defense. He's going to go to the line. So Cody Clark makes both. Now we've seen the Alphas today that they get themselves into a good position, but then they make a mistake with a turnover, and this is where they cannot turn it over. Shike drives, gets it back to Gibbs. How about Gibbs? Unbelievable move by Gibbs. Underneath the basket, is able to reach out and score. Anzai getting some great performances today by his players. Look at the defense. LJ Peak goes back. Boy, LJ Peak, for me, has been the best player in this game. He has been sensational today. Forcing the turnover. I mean, you could argue that was a foul on LJ Peak because they've called it for much less, but this is where he wants the foul. And I can understand that one. But you also have two big men. You got LJ Peak just playing good, strong physical defense. And it's not like LJ Peak has gotten the benefit of all the calls guarding Cody Clark today. So, great defense. Once again, Inokita takes the pass, goes up and scores. The assist to Gibbs. This might be the day, folks. Koshigaya Alphas looking like a promising result might be theirs. They have gone up by 10 points. Look at the hands. The hands up on defense. He gets the deflection on Suyama. Remember, he just came in for Hoshikawa, and then he races in and scores with the left hand on the break. Great work by Inokita. Anzai has to be thrilled with how his team has responded today. $18 points for Peak, 16 for Soto, 9 for Suarez, Hoshikawa with 9. And good play is contagious, which is why we saw Inokita come up and get the steal and then go down and score on the break. And look at this. That's just awful for the Magic. Turning it over out of a timeout. Nice bounce pass, but right, in fact, it was right at the feet
CK needs to, well, it was the right idea. Here he is stepping in and getting the rebound. But you can't throw the ball at the feet of your teammate. Matsuyama puts it up. Suarez kept it alive. Suarez knocking it out. So a new 14. Here's Gibbs. And Gibbs, oh boy, Kay going down, trying to get a charge draw. Flopping. And that's exactly what he just said. Gibbs just looked at the referee and said, that's a flop. I've been a little, excuse me, I keep confusing Evans with Kay. I just don't think Evans, yeah, exactly. Evans is just too big and too strong to go down like that. Well, it has been a rough game for Luke Evans. Four fouls on him, so he's going to sit down. Wiley comes in. 12-point lead for the Alphas. The self-belief has been growing, and I think you go back to the start of the second half, and that is when all of this started to happen. Cody Clark again, back outside. Kirigawa misses everything. Now, what's interesting to me is that last year, Shimane would turn to Perrin Buford, and he would try to dig him out of the hole. But right now, it's Cody Clark, and it's not working. And a charge called on the Alphas on Matsuyama. Good job. Let's see. Oh, he called him in the face with the elbow. Matsuyama, third foul. He goes to check on his adversary to make sure he's okay, knowing that he caught him flush in the face. And now they're going to see if this is an unsportsmanlike foul. I think Anzai possibly is a little frustrated because they've got possession. Just run it down. Look. The shot clock is off. Why? So the shot clock was off. So that begs the question, why are you even making the move? You need to take, you don't want to make your move till there's about 7 seconds or maybe 6 seconds on the shot clock, or the game clock rather. So they just called it a normal foul. I think it was definitely an elbow, but I don't think it was on purpose. Well, Shimane have got some work to do. Even if they are taking on 0-4 Koshigaya. Koshigaya is on top by 12 points. McAdoo, he needs to give the ball up. Well, Gibbs gets it up quickly and just didn't have quite enough time. I am absolutely perplexed as to how McAdoo could have the ball in that situation. Obviously, the other guys are guarded, but anyway, it's a 66-54 Koshigaya Alphas on top of Shimane SUSANOO Magic with 10 minutes remaining. Well, Shimane have had that 4-0 start, but maybe, let's just put this out there. Maybe they're not as good as their record says they are. And I think that's early in the season. They played, Lavanga, Hokkaido, Sapporo. They played Sendai 89ers. And maybe Koshigaya aren't as bad as they looked, bearing in mind who they played. They just played Ryukyu Golden Kings. Sendai 89ers, they're 0-4. They also lost to ALPHAS Tokyo, so that's two really good opponents that the ALPHAS had lost to. Here's McAdoo. Oh, boy, Gibbs, that's his worst pass of the day, especially if it leads to a bucket. Ando. Cody Clark. Oh, he gets it to go. I think Gibbs probably kicking himself knowing Gibbs just gave away 2 points for that turnover. And another turnover. And Enzyme may need a timeout. He's going to make a substitution. He's going to bring Kai Soto back in the game. Here's Clark. 5 points in a row reeled off by Shimane. Koshigaya, with 2 turnovers, have invited the Magic right back into the game. And it was Gibbs who had the 2 turnovers, 2 bad passes, which is why Anzai is going to bring Soto back into the game. And that is not what you want nor expect from your veteran. Just very sloppy play by Gibbs. Okay, let's see if the Magic have given themselves a chance. Down 7. Now this becomes a very important possession. You do not want this Magic team to go on a run. Oh, unbelievable. 3rd consecutive turnover. This one by Soares. Oh, good work, Soares, to knock it out of bounds. It is very simple, folks. If you turn the basketball over, you're going to lose games. I mean, it's as simple as that. The road to ruin is paved by turnovers and missed free throws. So the Alphas need to get better with their execution here. Wiley with the 3. And just like that, it's a 4-point game. And really, say what you want, but the Alphas have been their own worst enemy. Matsuyama. LJ. Matsuyama for 3. Tough shot. Cody Clark. And boy, what a break that is for the Alphas. That should have been 2 points for the Magic. The highs and lows of the Alphas are stunning. I mean, when they're executing and they're playing smart, but once they make a mistake or two, you can see it's like they lose their concentration and confidence. And I think if I were If I were Anzai, I would bring Hoshikawa back in the game right now. Ooh, close. Kai Soto from the elbow. Not a great shot. They're not getting what they want. They're riding their luck here a little bit. Here's Soto. They're riding their luck because the Magic could have scored on a layup. They didn't. They could have got the rebound. They didn't. And then Soto makes the jump shot. Let's see if that turns things around. It's imperative they get a stop and a rebound. McAdoo drives in, and not sure that was what, well, I guess he had a good look. And now let's see, and again, the hold on Wiley. The Alphas might just escape further harm here after a wretched spell of turnovers and mistakes. They might just escape. If they can get a bucket here, the confidence level is going to go back up. So the basketball inbounded. LJ. LJ for three. Well, I've already said it all game long. He's so much better driving to the basket, especially when you need a bucket, instead of settling for a jump shot. Cody Clark misses. Great work on the boards. Oh, wow. Jump ball's called. I would have thought that was, that should have been Magic basketball. Look at this. Nope. Nope, that is a great call. That is a jump ball. Well worked by the referee. So Gibbs comes back in. Hoshikawa comes back in. Let's hope that Gibbs has eradicated the turnover problem, and that Hoshikawa, who has the 3 fouls, comes back in and plays like he did in the first half, if you're an Alphas fan. LJ. That's right. That's much better. Oh, he misses, but there is the follow. Excellent work by Kai Soto. Continues to deliver in the second half. And now he becomes arguably the most important player on the court. Look at the drive. Oh, boy. That was exactly what they wanted. Oh, Soto this time misses the layup. Look at Soto. He is beside himself. He knows he was right there at the rim. So Nomi fouled on the perimeter. Hashimoto asking for a timeout so he can tie his shoe. It's an 8-point game. I think with Anzai, you know, all you can do is give your team the structure, the plan, make the right substitutions, and then you hope they can pull it off. Here is, oh boy, Clark. But how do you stop him when he gets it going? That is a warning sign right there. 23 points. That's a quiet 23 points for him as well. I mean, he has quietly dominated for his team today. Gibbs. This is risky. Oh, nice little footwork from Jeff Gibbs. Sensational stuff from the 44-year-old. And right now, folks, we're in winning time. 7-point lead for the Alphas. Can they hold on, or is it going to be the Magic? They're going to come back over the final 5 minutes, and Kay provides an answer. He's only got 6 points, but that was a huge three. It's not so much how much you score, but when you score them. And for Nick Kay, that is his biggest contribution of the day right there. Now this becomes a big possession. Gibbs, he just took Clark. Oh, look at that shifty move. Unbelievable. Well, He had a rough spell earlier in this quarter with his passing, and Jeff Gibbs has returned to vintage Jeff Gibbs with his last two moves. Utterly sensational stuff. Look at this. Look at the footwork. Watch him. And then he's going to go quick. And then the quick jump. I mean, Clark's not really going for the foul, not going for the block. Gibbs, terrific. I'm just looking at Clark, who has but one foul, so I don't understand why he doesn't put him on the line rather than give away a layup. But look at that. So 20 for Soto, 18 for Peak, 12 for Gibbs, and 9 for Soares and Hoshikawa. And I think what you're starting to see here is a real positive sign for this Alphas team that they can have some success this season. If, and this is a big if they can hold on and win this game. 23 for Clark, that's a game high. Ando has really been too quiet for my liking. Suyama, McAdoo, and Kay also among the team's top scorers. Six-point lead for the Alphas, but danger lurks with this Magic team. We've seen Clark and Kay start to make shots. Here's Clark again for three, and he is fouled shooting a three-pointer by Kai Soto. Wow, that's a very tight one. Very tight indeed. Oh no, they called it on Peak. Yeah, I thought it was on Soto, but it's on Peak. So 3 free throws now for Cody Clark. That's the first. In the grand scheme of things, that is a huge call, because they can have the deficit. And have the deficit they will if he makes this third free throw. What a game for Cody Clark. He's got 25 points. Only makes 2 out of the 3. Could have been worse for the Alphas, but they only give away 2 points. And now, again, it becomes imperative that they get a good shot. LJ Hoshikawa and Jeff Gibbs with the rebound. And Soto! Soto going to the line. He would have liked to have had the three-point play opportunity. Good work by Gibbs, who will get the assist if he makes one of these 2 free throws. Gibbs has 5 assists, 12 points, 4 rebounds. The importance of his passing cannot be overestimated. And Soto, who's had some struggles at the line today, makes the first. So back to a 5-point lead. He's now 2 of 5 at the line. 3 of 6. Those were big ones. Fans nervous here in the wing. Hot Katsukabe, because they know this Shimane SUSANOO Magic team is not going to go quietly. Here's Clark. Kay, those 2 guys getting plenty of touches here. Clark makes the pass, wide open. And the box out was there, but Kay ends up with the basketball. The three-point shot is good. Suyama. Well, you don't get a rebound. That is the result. And it looked like they were boxing him out. They just couldn't get it. LJ Peak reads the defense so well. Oh, unbelievable. Incredible. LJ Peak. Look at this. Utterly sensational stuff from LJ Peak. Wiley picks up his fourth foul. This is the LJ Peak. If he plays this well, this Koshigaya ALPHAS team is going to have no problem staying up. He has been terrific. Obviously, you know, the player that, for me in this ALPHAS team, that still has so much to give is Suarez. And that's on Anzai to get the best out of him. Gibbs, it feels like he's giving you more than he should. Soto has been really good today. He had a bad first half, and he's responded in great style in the second half. Soto with 22 points, 9 rebounds. But LJ Peak has just been a monster. He has been terrific. 8 of 13 from the floor, 21 points. Doesn't have a rebound, LJ Peak, which is kind of interesting. Clark for 3. That is scary. Unbelievable. How in the world Cody Clark, with a man that close to him, he just shoots over him and makes a 3 like it's a layup. Frightening stuff. 28 points. Cody Clark. And every possession is just so big. Here's LJ. Not this time. And here are the Magic with their opportunity. This could be the biggest play of the game right here. Ando barrels into the defender. Hashimoto takes one for the team, but gets the foul called. Here he is again. Look. .36-year-old Hashimoto feeling it. Feeling the body of Ando, and now Hoshikawa comes back into the game. You just have to tip your hat to Cody Clark. I mean, he has made some tough shots to get his team this close. If I was just about to say, you don't want him to get touches if you are the ALPHAS. Ando. Oh, here's Clark again. Look at him. Goes in. Oh, he forced that one. He forced that one. He thought he was going to get a foul called. He did not. Uh-oh, Soto goes in. Oh, they call a charge on Kai Soto. Luke Evans finally gets a call to go his way. Watch this. I don't like that call, and I'll tell you why. I mean, Soto trying to avoid the contact, kind of slides to his right. I don't like that at all. That is a brutal decision. That goes from a 5-point lead to now, once again, the ALPHAS are up 3. That is a tough call on Kai Soto. LJ having a stick. Oh, look at this 3. Jeff Gibbs, he doesn't have to rush. He can take it up the floor. He doesn't want to turn it over. Get it to the guard. Hashimoto. Playing good minutes today. Now Gibbs. Can he be stopped? Passes it back outside to Hashimoto, who puts it up for three from the wing. Unbelievable. First bucket of the day, and it is a huge three-pointer. And now with less than a minute remaining, the Alphas within touching distance of victory. Their first here in the B-League season, and oh, that was close. Boy, Soto, you don't want to commit the foul on Evans. Back to a 4-point game. Excellent work, Evans, taking it all the way. He's only got 4 points, but that was a big one for him. Boy, that was a dangerous pass. LJ Peak gets it to Soto, gets it back for three. Catch and shoot! Caught it in the flow, put it up, and with 33.8 seconds left, massive shot from LJ Peak. Combining with Soto, those two guys have been tremendous in the second half. Absolutely tremendous. And how about this? Hashimoto. It's not only his first points of the day, it's his first shot of the day. And then Soto, smart, as the defense collapses, just gets it back to Peak. And Peak, this time, you know what? That was the right shot because he threw it in, it came back out, and he was ready. .8 seconds remaining, despite an utterly sensational game by Cody Clark, who has 28 points, 9 of 18 from the floor, 7 rebounds, and a couple of assists. It's the Alphas led by LJ Peak. 24 points, who has 9 of 15 from the floor, 3 steals. And also Kai Soto, 22 points, 10 rebounds. Those two guys. And not, you can't look past the contributions of Gibbs. And key moments of this game, he went back-to-back buckets with the best footwork you will ever see. The huge three-pointer from Hashimoto. Well, they got to go quick. Cody Clark for 3, and it's incredible. 31 points for Cody Clark. I mean, this guy is an absolute superstar. No time going off the clock. Hashimoto avoids the turnover. Get rid of it, Soto. If you don't want to go to the line, okay, that's only the 3rd team foul. A 4th team foul, so no free throws yet. But in this situation, you must get the basketball into the hands of your best free throw shooter. And who is that right now? Is it Peak, who is 4 of 5 from the floor? Soto's 3 of 6. Gibbs. Ooh. Gibbs has not attempted a free throw today, but he will go to the line for 2 huge free throws. And Luke Evans has fouled out of the game. So it does come down to, like it so often does, can you make free throws? Here he is, Gibbs, at the stripe. Makes the first. He came in shooting 78.6% and makes both huge free throws. Well, Cody Clark, they'd like him to get it, and Kay has it stolen by Jeff Gibbs, the savvy veteran. I don't know how many people would have expected Koshigaya ALPHAS to get a win today against a 4-0 Shimane SUSANOO Magic, and maybe that 4-0 mark flattered them a little bit considering who they got their wins against. But with Koshigaya, we're just struggling, and I think you give Anzai so much credit for keeping his team focused, for making the smart moves by bringing some veterans into the starting five, for having, Suarez hitting that very first three. That was crucial. I mean, little things like that. Getting that early bucket. But LJ Peak has transformed himself. Wow. He only makes one of two as the ball's knocked away. Ando for three. Gibbs with the rebound. That's it, folks. The Alphas finally get their first win. And this is a proud moment for this club. And Anzai really showing what his tactical nous is. He is elite. 88-81. The Alphas beat Shimane SUSANOO Magic, sending them tumbling to their first defeat. Look at how much it means to the fans getting that first win. Unbelievable. That is what you call passion right there. They love this basketball club. Even the journalists that are shooting them, they're overcome by emotion. Incredible scenes, really. I mean, it doesn't get any better than when you see that connection with the fans, with the journalists, with everybody. Koshigaya winning it 88-81. That's the quarter-by-quarter scoring. They were down at halftime, but look at that third quarter, 24-9. How do you explain that if you're Shimane? And don't blame the refs. I mean, let's just put it out there. Soto came out and played well. LJ Peak came out. Peak played well the whole game. Soto went from being ineffective and not very good at all in the first half to his best version of himself in the second. He was terrific. And just a huge relief for Koshigaya to get that first win. And Gibbs, you cannot have, other than his back-to-back turnovers. See the game they're going to play tomorrow as well on Sunday, 3:05 local time. You could not have had a better performance from Gibbs today than what he provided. And you're talking about a guy that's 44 years of age. And Anzai, A+ today as coach. He was amazing. Let's also talk about Hashimoto with the big three. Here's Anzai.
そしてアルファメイトの皆さん B1 での初勝利おめでとうございます。なかなかね遂行力が上がらない試合がずっと続いてたんですけど、本当に今日は選手たちが自分たちがやろうとしてたことを40分間やってくれてこの結果になったと思います。まだね全然始まったばっかりですし、今日勝ちっていう成績で終わりましたけど、明日もすぐ試合ありますし、このままいくような島根さんじゃないので、しっかりまたここから準備してまた明日頑張りますんで応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。安西ヘッドコーチありがとうございます。さあ続いては本日のヒーローインタビューです。
今日はたくさんのヒーローがいましたが、 B1 初勝利、クラッチタイムでスリーポイントを決めたキャプテン橋本選手よりアルファベットを一言いただきたいと思います。
Captain Hashimoto is going to come out and talk now.
Thank you.
さあ、それではバスケットライブをご覧の皆さん、そして会場にいるアルファメイトの皆さんにまずは一言お願いいたします。
いや、1勝するまで4試合ですかね、めちゃくちゃ長く感じたんですけど、まあここで1勝できてよかったです。そして皆さんの前で1勝できてよかったです。ありがとうございます。
さあ、橋本選手、まだ戦いは続きます。明日も島根、どう戦っていきますでしょうか。
まずちょっと休んでいいですか。
はい、どうぞ。
なんでちょっと休んで映像が多分送られてくると思うんで、
はい、
それをもう一回見て今日中には準備し始めます。はい。
さあ、それでは明日に向けて一言お願いいたします。
はい、龍造さんもね、おっしゃってたんですけど、もう次は簡単にいく試合じゃないと思います。本当に素晴らしいチームで、島根さんが明日勢いを持ってくると思うので、自分たちがそれ以上に、チャレンジャーとして、向かっていかなければ勝負にならないと思うので、その辺の準備を今日始めていきながら、皆さんもこの勝利の余韻に浸りながら、また明日新しい気持ちで、僕たちのことを後押ししてください。よろしくお願いします。
橋本選手、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
それでは選手が最後にネギバンバンを持って越谷ファスの選手がコートを一周いたします。コートサイド1列目のお客様はネギバンバンをご用意ください。ネギタッチは最前列のお客様のみが対象となります。2列目以降指定席、ロールバック席のお客様はどうぞ盛大な拍手でお送りください。
So, I was hoping we get some translations there. I'm not sure we will. Okay, yeah, so he was asked, I'm guessing this was the coach, how was today's game? Thanks for so many fans coming out. It doesn't really matter if it was Anzai or if it was Hashimoto. It's the same thing as they go out, and I think more importantly, just the relief of getting that first win since they've won back to promotion. And I've got to tell you, folks, I mean, I've watched a lot of games in the B-League the past several years, and this turnaround by the Alphas in the space of 1 week, they really cleaned up a lot of stuff. Did they make some mistakes today? Of course they did. You know, they had some bad turnovers, yet they need their big guys to come out and play well, and their guys did. So also saying, I think this was Hoshikawa, glad that we could come out and present for you the first win of the B1. We're so happy about that. There he is. He hit that big three-pointer. But it was just night and day, you know, and we saw the transformation as well in Kai Soto from the first half when life was very difficult for him. Yet in the second half, he came out and just took over along with LJ Peak. So at the start of the game, as we look back, And well, as we look at this, I'll also tell you the comment. We cannot get points constantly well, but we did what we wanted to on the court during the game. And tomorrow, Shimane will prepare well to win. So yeah, don't worry. That we know that Shimane SUSANOO Magic is going to bounce back, but Koshigaya was terrific in the first half. The 23-year-old hitting the jumper. But also the comment from the host, we'll also prepare and we'll come out to win tomorrow. So that was good comments. Good post-game comments on the court. So that was Coach Anzai who made those comments. And as for Captain Hashimoto, it was a long way to get the win. In other words, they lost their first 4 games, and then this was a really hard game against a team that had not lost. But he's happy to have had the first win with you, i.e. the fans, today. And they got it with Cody Clark having an exceptional day, 31 points. Jeff Gibbs was amazing. This was a great finish. Koshigaya switching hands. Hashimoto also looked ahead to tomorrow. And quite rightly, he says, first, we're going to get a rest. You need a rest after a game like this. That was LJ Peak. Peak was amazing today. And this was a bad turnover. Now, these are the types of things they've got to get out of their system or it's going to prevent them from winning. Hashimoto also saying we need to come prepare, watch the game again, and we'll be sure that we win tomorrow. But they've got an opportunity now to come out and get 2 wins against a quality opponent, and that would be huge for their season, the ALPHAS, if they can do it. Hashimoto also saying Shimane is a very good team. So we cannot, it won't be an easy win if we do get the win. So they're going to have to come out swinging tomorrow like they did today, believing. Here's Soto. Hashimoto saying, but we'll come out and we'll do the same as today. And I'm guessing he's talking about effort. The thing that gets me was it felt like Kai Soto was relatively anonymous in the first half, and in the second half, he was not. And meanwhile, LJ Peak just came out and just threw an exclamation mark behind his performance with his drives. Hashimoto also saying, thanks for coming out today. We hope to see you again tomorrow. LJ Peak, and then we saw this 3-point shot miss, but that's the crucial aspect of Soto, where it's not all flash for him. He's got to be able to score with some of those putbacks. Here's LJ getting the steal, having it knocked away, but his teammate hustled down and was able to score. So it's just the little things like that, not giving up. Then Gibbs in the open floor, sharing the basketball. Wiley hitting a 3, and these were nervous moments for the home team. Soto, that was big. That was when the offense wasn't really clicking near the end. Clark, though, just was not missing 3-pointers at the end of the game. It looked like he was going to shoot his team possibly to victory. And then Kay hit a 3. And then I think Clark hit another crazy three. Although LJ had that fantastic finish where the ball ran around the rim and fell through. Look at this. That's with Matsuyama right there. You could say that was the biggest shot of the day, considering he hadn't even taken a shot. And they were trying to hold them at bay, but really every shot was huge. And then where LJ goes into Soto and he gives it right back. And once that one went in, I think he had a pretty good idea that the Alphas were going to win this one. So the numbers, free throw shooting could be a little bit better, but look at the rebounding, 36 to 29. That was big. Look at points in the paint, 58 for the Alphas, 26 for the Magic. So much higher percentage shots, 13 fast break points they got compared to 8 for the Magic. And 37 points off the bench for the host compared to 36 for the Magic. And the majority of the Magic bench points obviously coming from Cody Clark, who had 31. $15 turnovers for Koshigaya also, and for 18. Excuse me. Yeah, 18 for the Magic. So Clark had a game-high 31 in defeat. He also had 7 rebounds to lead his team. Nick Kay had 5 assists to lead them. 24 points for LJ Peak. That was a team high. Just a remarkable performance for him today in view of what happened last week, where he was pretty anonymous. Kai Soto, who was anonymous in the first half of the day, he ended up had 10 rebounds to go with his 22 points. And then Jeff Gibbs, not only did he have the 7 assists, not only did Gibbs have the 7 rebounds, but he also had 15 points. And the decision to start him today, that was the correct one. I think the Alphas with Hashimoto and Gibbs in the starting lineup, along with Matsuyama, Soares, and Soto, was definitely the way to go. And LJ Peak, clearly, for me, the best player today, at least offensively. And bringing him off the bench was a huge decision that worked out. So, more action tomorrow. You see these two teams are going to be getting it on again. 3:05. Everybody happy inside the wing hot Kasukabe as Koshigaya win it 88-81 over Shimane. Thanks for watching, everybody.